Hey, how's it going? John here with the Trucking with John D channel. And I want to talk about, is truck driving unskilled labor? Or why do they classify a truck driver as unskilled labor? When there are jobs that are considered skilled labor that require licenses or certifications to perform, such as to be a doctor, you need to be licensed, and to be an engineer, you need to be licensed and certified in certain classifications. To be a pilot, you have to be licensed. To be a car salesman, you have to be licensed. To be a IT person, like an IT professional, a person that sets up computer networks, you have to be certified. Not necessarily licensed, but certified. So there are various jobs out there, or careers, that require you to have a license, a certification, or both, that are considered a skilled trade or a technical field, or it's considered skilled labor. But truck driver requires you to have a license, certifications, and endorsements, or special, that's another way of saying other certifications, to haul special, basically to be to be able to perform in a specialty, like to haul hazmat, to pull doubles and triples, to pull tanker, stuff like that. You need to have special endorsements or certifications. But to drive a truck in general, you have to be licensed. You cannot drive a commercial vehicle without a commercial driver's license, or to be licensed to drive that kind of vehicle. But yet, truck driving is considered unskilled labor. Now they talking about, well, you aren't performing anything that requires skill. Well, I have to disagree, because your average person can barely drive a car, let alone a big truck. And to be able to drive a big truck safely and efficiently, and to do it to where you're not causing property damage, you're not hurting or killing anyone, or even hurting or killing or injuring yourself, requires special training and skill. In truck driving school, my training emphasized that the idea of driving truck is to drive it in a way that keeps other people from killing themselves, because people drive recklessly around trucks. So we as professionals have to drive in a way that prevents other people from killing themselves, because they don't know, they're not specially trained. They might have a license, but that doesn't mean much on that level. To get a driver's license is way different. Having a regular automobile driver's license is way different than having a commercial driver's license. As a matter of fact, the driver's license requirement was introduced because of truck drivers. Truck drivers were the only ones that were required to have a license to be able to drive. A person driving a car originally weren't required to have a license. Only commercial drivers, only people who were driving a vehicle for profit, or driving a vehicle in a commercial capacity, were required to have a driver's license. That's where the term driver comes. The term driver only applies to people driving a vehicle in a commercial capacity. That's why a person driving a car weren't required to have a driver's license, because they weren't driving their car in a commercial capacity or driving their car for profit. They were driving their car for pleasure, or to get to work, which isn't a for-profit venture. So, but yet, when you look under classifications, truck driving is considered unskilled labor, or in the other category. So I just want to lay that out, because it doesn't make sense that something that requires you to have a skill and a high level license and special training in order to do that job is considered unskilled labor. Like I said in the previous video, I took up electronics industrial electronics in high school for 3 years, and be able to perform or repair or work on electronic equipment, you have to have a associate's degree and also be certified to do that. I also was a mechanic for 5-6 years, a diesel mechanic, and that also requires you to have, well, special training, but that doesn't, now hear me out here, being a diesel mechanic or automobile mechanic or just a mechanic, like I'm working on vehicles, does not require you to have a license or any school. You don't have to necessarily go to school to be a mechanic. You can learn how to be a mechanic from your father, your uncle, a guy next door, and get a job being a mechanic without any license or certifications. But that's just starting out. But yes, in order to make the big bucks as a mechanic, you have to have certifications, ASC certifications. But that was only recently that employers are requiring their mechanics to have to get ASC certified. But to start out as a mechanic, because when I started out, which is back in the mid to late 90s, is when I started out as a mechanic. Yeah, I learned how to be a mechanic while I was in the Army, but in order to get a job, I didn't have to have a degree or any certifications to get a job as a mechanic or a license. But a diesel mechanic, automobile mechanic is considered skilled labor. So how does that make sense? You cannot, no matter what, drive a truck without special training and a license, period. But you can be a mechanic, which is considered skilled labor, without certifications or a license. So I hope that me laying that out shows you how that doesn't make sense. They consider truck driver unskilled labor, but you're required to have all this training and licensing to do it. But there are certain jobs or professions that don't require those things, but it's considered skilled labor. Another thing, truck drivers don't just drive truck. Truck drivers wear many hats. Not only are they the person driving the truck, they're also the customer service person. They're also the complaint department. They're also the safety officer. They're also the time manager. They're also the fuel manager. Truck drivers wear many, many, many hats besides just holding the steering wheel and going down the road. And we barely get paid to do that. But yet we got to wear all these other hats on top of it, and at the same time get considered skilled labor, and by the general public get disrespected and get treated like crap. So I just want to put that out there, and hopefully that makes things, and the person watching this and you see it differently. If you felt like truck driving didn't require any special knowledge or skill, or you didn't have to have much brain, and it's true, some drivers out here don't have much brain. They aren't good drivers, they just aren't good people. But overall, in my experience, the average driver out here is a decent person. They're good people. They are out looking, they're out to help you out. Unless you're out there, you don't know. But that's all I gotta say in this video. If you got some value out of it, like it, share it. Click the link in the description box. Check out it's a mystery link. It always goes to something different. It could be something trucking related. It could be something that'll help you financially. It could be something to help you personally. Otherwise, if you got some value out of this video, like it, share it. Subscribe to my channel to get more updates like this, and I'll talk to you again soon.